This is the Gita class, chapter 5, number 16. Okay, we'll do the Mangalachana prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manoਭीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा गदामह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावभूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यसेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादां सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी नम प्रणमामि नमोस्तुते वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः विचापतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय प्रभात जी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Okay, chapter 5, number 16. ज्ञानेन तु तद्ज्ञानम् येषां नासितमात्मनः तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परम्. ज्ञानेन तु तद्ज्ञानं येषां नासितमात्मनः तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परम्. ज्ञानेन तु तद्ज्ञानं येषां नासितमात्मनः तेषाम् आदित्यवज्ज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परम्. Synonyms. Jnanena, by knowledge, to, but, that, tat, that. Ajnanam, nescience, yesham, whose, nasitam is destroyed, atmanaha, of the living entity, tesham, their, adityavat, like the rising sun, jnanam, knowledge, prakashayati, discloses, tat param, Krishna consciousness. Okay? Okay. So here, yesham, aditya, atmanaha tatparam. So atmanaha tatparam parabrahma swarupam atmanaha atmayukka jivatma paramatma. That's the difference between different two schools of thoughts, Dvaita and then Advaita. But for us it doesn't matter. So translation. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which nescience is destroyed, then this knowledge reveals everything as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. I'll repeat again. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which nescience is destroyed, ajnana, then his knowledge reveals everything as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. So if you realize the previous sloka, 5:15, नादत्ते कस्यचित् पापं न चैव सुकृतं विभुः अज्ञानेनावृतं ज्ञानं तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः. So Bhagavan says like, I don't नादत्ते कस्यचित् पापं न चैव सुकृतं विभुः. So basically I don't take the pious or active. I am not responsible for anything. It's all happening because of the ajnana only. So in reality, if you really see, we are Atman. Because of the ajnana, we think we are the body, and the vidya, kama, karma. And because of that, the desire comes in to maintain the body, to enjoy the indriyas, and then for that, the karma, the action comes, and that's where all the bodies keep on coming, like a cycle of birth and death. So we are adding more karmas, we are finishing the karmas, we keep on adding the karmas, like a agami, sanchita, prarabdha. So that's a different karma, is a complicated theory. So that is the previous sloka. So even in the before previous sloka, nakatrutvam na karmani lokasya srujati prabhu na karmavara samyogam svahavastu pravartate. Even Bhagavan says like, I am not doing the work, everything is done by the Prakriti. So again, back to the translation. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which the nescience is destroyed, then this knowledge, his knowledge reveals everything. What it reveals everything means, it reveals that there is Atman, Brahma, Satyam, Jagan Mithya. That is the knowledge it reveals. And he will be situated in the in his own soul consciousness, Chit consciousness. Example here given by Bhagavan is as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. So if you really see, we have very practical example. Even if we have normal lights and everything, we could not able to see. Even if we have floodlights also in the field or anything, right? We can see many things, but that is not compared to the sun coming up. When sun comes up, he illuminates everything so that you can see even the needle also. So that's why in olden days, when something you can't able to get it, they will wait for the next day. So that is how the sun is. So that is how, if you really, if you your ajnana is gone, then the knowledge, because the Atma Swarupa, our soul, is Satchitananda. Chit means consciousness. We know everything. So when the ajnana is gone, like when the cloud is removed, the sun itself is illuminates. No need for another one to illuminate the sun. That is how our position is. We are the soul, but we are covered by the ajnana. That's why we think we are getting bodies and all this maya happening. This jagat is happening. But once we realize that we are the souls, then everything will be revealed. Then we can see everything, and then we won't be entangled in this cycle of birth and death. So the Prabhupada, let's talk about the first Prabhupada, how he thinks. It's like a bhakti bhavana. This in the Bhakti Shastra, normally there is a Jivatma, there is a Paramatma. Otherwise there is no bhakti called, something like that. Even Shankaracharya also says like the bhakti is very important. Even moksha karana samagraham bhakti reva gariyase. So bhakti is very important for the instruments of to get the moksha. So Prabhupada says here, those who have forgotten Krishna must certainly be bewildered, but those who are in Krishna consciousness are not bewildered at all. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvam Jnana Pravenaiva, Jnanagnidagdha Sarva Karmani, Jnanagnidagdha Karmani, and Nahi Jnanena Sadasham. Knowledge is always highly esteemed, and what is that knowledge? That's what he's saying. So, first of all, here the point noted is who has forgotten the Krishna. So, who has forgotten the Krishna means, who has forgotten the means, they are like animals. They think that they are the body, they are powerful, they have so much ahankara. They don't even think about the supreme power. They don't even try to analyze the nature or anything. There is a soul behind everything, and because of the soul only it's happening everything. And what is the characteristics of the soul? All that is called forgetting the Krishna. So when you are remembering the Krishna means what? When you are giving Sharanagati to the Krishna means what? Whatever Krishna says, believe in it. And Krishna said so many things in the Bhagavad Gita. So if you really see and implement it, that's called the surrender to Krishna. Okay, like chanting his names, glorifying, remembering the glories, and also whatever he is teaching us, he taught us everything about what is Prakriti, what is Purusha, and then what is the Jivatma characters, and then how their bodies are coming and then going, and then what should we lament on, what should we not lament on, where should we work, what should be our goal of life. Everything Bhagavan mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. So like Acharya says, there are 5 concepts in the Bhagavad Gita. One is Jivatma, Paramatma, and then Prakriti, and then the Kala, and then the Karma. And as says, like the karma can be cut, but rest of the things will keep on continuing. Because it's all on the basis of the Atman, and all the Prakriti comes, then the Jivatma, Paramatma is the part and parcel of Atma, Paramatma. And then the Prakriti is always coming, the source is that, so that it's unlimited. Bhagavan is unlimited, Prakriti is unlimited. And then Kala, time is like a representative of Krishna, that is also unlimited. Whereas karma means getting the body, jivatmas, they can be relieved by cutting the karma, getting this knowledge. Now, perfect knowledge is achieved. Prabhupada is explaining. Perfect knowledge is explained when one surrenders unto Krishna, as is said in the 7th chapter, 19th verse. Bahunam janmanamante jnanvan man prapajyate vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. After passing through many, many births, when one perfect in knowledge surrenders unto Krishna, or when one attains Krishna consciousness, then everything revealed to him as everything is revealed by the sun in the daytime. So Jnanvan man prapajyate. When Jnanvan man prapajyate, they will say Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudalabha. So that means they will see Vasudeva in Sarvam, Everywhere you see the Vasudeva. Vasudeva means Vasati Deva. The Bhagavan is residing in the heart of everywhere. So when you see the Bhagavan, then all you see is only the Bhagavan, Krishna only. You don't see the Maya, you don't see the Prakriti, you don't see anything. That is where it is. That is what the knowledge means. That is what the Krishna consciousness means. Then we know the reality. Then the immediate effect is dukkha nivritti. You don't get any dukkhas, bhayas, raga, dveshas, all that 6 enemies, everything will go away. Okay? And then he's continuing. The living entity is bewildered in so many ways. For instance, when he unceremoniously thinks himself God, he actually falls into the last snare of nescience. If a living entity is God, then how can he become bewildered by nescience? Does God become bewildered by nescience? If so, then nescience or Saturn is greater than God. Real knowledge can be obtained from a person who is in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, one has to seek out such a bona fide spiritual master and under him learn Krishna consciousness. What Krishna consciousness is. For Krishna consciousness will certainly drive away all nescience as the sun drives away darkness. This is like one argument Dvaitavadis will post. So here we need to understand here is, so and here he says like the living entity is bewildered, thinks God. Forget about all that. But say the ahankara, the false ego, right? That is the one playing all the game. Whereas the real ego or the Atman has nothing to do with that. It's all Prakriti is happening. And is the Prakriti is under the, so when knowledge means bewildered by the nescience, when the jnana comes, it can't even touch the soul. Like the sun, clouds can't touch the sun. Because of the sun, only cloud formed, and then the clouds will go away by the wind or whatever. So similarly, right, once you realize that, so how this happened, what is happening, if you really see the Jagat and then the Mithya, body, there's already not there. Ahamkara, Jivatma, everything is Maya. Maya is itself not there. Maya is on the Adhisthana of Paramatma, and then it's only the one Atman is left there, and it's all like a Brahma illusion. So that is how the Jnanamarga people will comment that, they are talking about, they will say that we are talking about not the false ego, we are talking about the real ego. So the real ego. But either way, in our opinion, in our things, we need to analyze our own personality, that what are we and then what are we facing. Definitely we are bewildered. We are, the false ego, the Prakriti is happening until we have the knowledge. So the bhakti is very important to hold on. And then, so for the bhakti, the Jivatma, surrendering to the Bhagavan Paramatma is very important. Again, Prabhupada is continuing, even though a person may be in full knowledge that he is not this body, but is transcendental to the body, he still may not be able to discriminate between the soul and the super soul. However, he can know everything well if he cares to take shelter of the perfect, bona fide, Krishna conscious spiritual master. One can know God and one's relation with the God only when one actually meets a representative God. Representative God never claims that he is God, although he is paid all the respect ordinarily paid to God because he has knowledge of the God. So today's Vivekananda quote also, knowledge of the God is the highest knowledge. We already saw that. So basically, even though we are not the body, but we are transcendental, if we realize that we are transcendental body, I think at that time we will know everything with the Bhagavan grace blessings. What is us, But if you really see, analysis these states of life, Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, and in the Sushupti, right, then you don't see the duality. But either way, our first goal is to fully convince that we are not the body. When we are not the body, we are the soul, then we will work under the soul consciousness, not under the body consciousness. So when we think that we are the body, then we will be doing all this kama, krodha, lobha, all these things. So here we need to understand, based on prarabdha, we got the body. So the body needs to live. So there are certain things to be done to the body. So that we cannot change it. So when you're doing that, that's why karma yoga is also very important, so that you'll be doing the karmas and then be detached to that. Because to maintain the body, you have to do at least something. Then slowly, then you just do those ones and then leave the results, everything, and again focus on that you are not the body. So that's why you have to make the body perfect in a healthy situation, so that it won't be an hindrance in your spiritual life. That's why. And controlling the tongue is also the primary duty in the indriyas. That's where the body will be kept healthy. Then the last point Prabhupada making, one has to learn the distinction between God and the living entity. Lord Krishna therefore stated in the second chapter 2:12 that every living being is individual and the Lord is also individual. They were all individuals in the past, they were individuals at the present, and they will continue to be individuals in the future, even after liberation. At night we see everything as one in darkness, but in day when the sun is up, we see everything in its real identity. Identity with individuality in spiritual life is real knowledge. So the basically that the sloka, the purport, the theme of the sloka is basically you have to get the knowledge, and then so that your ajnana will be destroyed, and then you will really reveal everything. Then you will realize everything. So, and Vijay Prakash Chandagiri Swami, like he says, like he had a nice point that last in the previous sloka, 15th one. So Bhagavan, the disease he told Bhagavan. What is that? Nadatte kasijit papam nacheva sugatam vibhu. Ajnanena avrutam jnanam. Ajnanam is the disease, he said. And then in this sloka, he said that he is explained about the medicine for that. What is the medicine is jnanam. And how to get jnanam means in the Vivek Chudamani it says like Vedanta the vicharena jayate jnanamatvam tenachantika samsara dukkhanasha bhachanam. So when you are keep on Vicharana means keep on analyzing the Vedantadha Vicharena. Vedantadha means Upanishads means the Gita. If you keep on thinking about the Gita, then you will then you will realize you will have the knowledge. The once we have the knowledge, then that science will be destroyed. Like the sun. Okay. Yeah, there are so many examples like the akasha ghata, and then the pot, and then once inside the pot, the sky inside the pot, and then the outside the pot, and then so many examples are given here. So, and then again, so there are examples like the light is coming, and then the deepa is coming, and then outside there is a what is that pot, and then the light won't be seen, but when you break the pot, the light will be seen. So like that. Okay, Adityavat. So basically, these are all theories toward the mind, that our mind trying to analyze the Atma, Jivatma, Paramatma, and all that thing, which it can't able to do it, because the Buddhi, Indriyas can't reach the Bhagavan. The only thing is like the Buddhi is the closest to the soul. So what happens is like the Prakasha of the soul, the Paramatma, that falls on the Buddhi and then reflects on the Jagat. That's where the Leela is happening. So what we should do, the Buddhi, like the Gayatri also, you instead of outward, you just introvert, and then use your buddhi, intelligence and everything, and then divert towards Krishna, Bhagavan. Then what happens is like the reflection of the prakasha, the light from the sun, like if you see the buddhi is a mirror, and then it goes to the mirror, and then the mirror reflects back the same light to the sun, and then what happens, you see only the sun, and finally the mirror is gone, the sun will be there. So like that, the examples also, so many examples every time. But main point is we have to get the knowledge of this one, Adhyatma Vidya only. Who am I? And then the mainly is There are so many ways, so many in the Vivek Chudamani so many times say that the manas, mind, is the ajnana. That is when if you keep on analyzing the mind, that is called dhyana. If you are analyzing each and every thought, and then it is coming up, and then if you really see, like the all majority of the thoughts are past, and some are future, and then you have to be on the present all the time. Of course, little bit we have the vyavaharika life, you have to do certain things. So plan little bit in a certain time, and then rest of the time, like be on yourself, be on the present, and keep on analyzing the thought, trying to be the observer of the thought all the time. Then try to stay as observer. Then eventually the thoughts will calm down. If you really see, the body should work hard to get a nice sleep, deep sleep, right? Body should work hard, and mind thoughts should be straight, and mind should be calm all the time. Then at the night, what happens is body will rest it out, because in the mind there are no many hesitations. The mind will also rest out, and that's where you get into the deep sleep. That's where you get the refreshment of the body and indriyas and everything there for the next day. So similarly, in the mind, then when the mind agitates because of the desire. That's why Bhagavan always says in every minute, every other sloka, even every pada of the sloka, he says like remove the desire. Don't even entertain the desire. Tyaktva deham parantva, even kaman, sarvan, everything. Just remove it. Raga, dvesha, dvandvas, dualities of sukha, dukkha. All these ones you just rise above the like Nistraigunya Bhavajna, above the three modes of the nature. To for that mainly you have to be in the sattvic mode all the time. For that, what happens is food is very important. That's why they will say like don't eat meat and garlic and all that thing. So the food is important, and then that's how the food body is formed, and then the thoughts behind. So it is more. It will be more easy to realize our true nature. So basically, how you get the knowledge, and like in the Chatusloki Bhagavatam is also Gita also says like, right, you machitta matkata pranaha. And when we think that Krishna is there, Bhagavan is everything, everywhere, and then that's where when we are thinking about Lord, discussing about the Lord, and then the past times, and then the tattva of the past times, janma karma jame divyam yavam yuvetti tattvataha. Tattvataha vaho, what is the birth of the Bhagavan Lord, avatars, and then what is the purpose behind that. So all that thing, if you keep on analyzing it, instead of wasting the time on the things going to happen, or some other things which totally Brahma. You don't even, so Brahma is like, but in the sky there is a big building is there. You think about the building, how to purchase, and then how to beautify, construct everything. So basically that in the sky there is nothing exists. So that is called Brahma, Vibhrama. So many things are explained. The Jnana is Jnana is only just one, and then Ajnana is multiple. That's why in the truth, right? The truth, for example, you ate something and you want to hide it. So for example, you ate pakodi. Then if you really simply say, okay, I ate pakodi, then done. That's a truth. Whereas the false means somebody asks like, okay, what did you eat? Oh, I ate, I ate cereal. Then, they can easily, then after that you forget it, because, then you can say, oh, I ate some sambar, I ate some rice or something. So that means the truth, right? And then the false is like you have to make up so many things. You have to remember the false stuff all the time. And then when people ask, like you keep on forgetting. And then so that means that's how the Ajnana means. That's how the whole world will be there with the Ajnana. So the real Jnana is we are the soul, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Evam Rupa Vinishya, Soyam Nitya Nityavastu Viveka Samadhata. Even Viveka Chudamani work by the Shankaracharya. Viveka means Jnanam only here, there. And then mainly Jnana means, that's what it says, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. So keep on analyzing what is Brahman. So that is stable all the time. Satchitananda, eternal. it full of consciousness, full of bliss and all that thing. Whereas the opposite of that is ajnana. That's why if you really see this is the dukkha dukhalayam, when the indriyas goes out and all that thing, the end result is dukkha only. So if you really observe the happiness, happy moments at that time, all the indriyas won't be there, and then you will be in the soul consciousness at that particular minute or second. That is why if you really analyze it, then the buddhi intelligence also won't be there. That is where the real happiness, when you are experiencing this happiness. So you want it, you have a desire, and you want it, you keep on working for it. Finally, you achieve the desire. So when that at that minute, what happens is like all the indriyas will subside, and you will be with your Atma Swarupa. That is where you get that. So that means the happiness is not outside. Happiness is inside us only. Like Prahlad Maharaj says, the real happiness is to not look for happiness. That is where the real happiness is. So that's why keep on observing the mind, keep on working towards that, and keep on doing the devotion services. Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Swaranam, Padasevanam, Argyam, Dasyam, Padaseva, and then Atmanivedam. So if you keep on doing that, then ultimately Kalen Atmanivindati, at one point of time you will get it. But slowly you will like it. Keep on analyzing, keep on doing that. So forget about Dvaita, Advaita and all that. Don't put more time pressure on that. Right now, what is our position? And then what are we thinking? And then what should we be thinking? And what are the things we are doing as a body consciousness that should be diverted to the soul Krishna consciousness? Okay, keep on working that. There are so many instructions in the Bhagavad Gita. We can keep a goal and keep on working towards that. Keep on analyzing the situations and the mind and everything, and at one point of time you will be achieving the result. Okay, that should be the highest goal, and that should be the only goal we should have. So once we realize our true nature, then all the dukkhas will be done. Okay. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.